have a question about your talent, which is clearly immense. You've done so many raps on various artists. You did the True remix, Samuel remix. You worked with Shades on Motown in '96. There's lots of other stuff. Before Tommy Brown, yeah, Michael Jackson. Before I get onto that, you then had the Hard or Smooth album, which was very well received. You had some great stuff on that. Right. What's your favourite single on that? And if you could just explain to people about that project and how you felt that impacted music overall.
The Hard or Smooth project. My favourite song on there would have to be, I have the two. I have Knockin' Boots and the remix to Wreckx N Effect. Ironically, as big as a song, and I would never pick another song other than this. RumpShaker was probably my least favorite. One of my least favorites on there. For some, whatever crazy reason, it happens like that. I mean, Bobby Brown couldn't stand my Florida. You know, as big as that song was, I don't know. You know, Biggie didn't want to do Juicy. It's just weird how that happens like that. RumpShaker was my least favorite, but my first pick for a first single. Because I always knew, you know, regardless of how I feel personally, I know this is the right one to put out. It got all of the right stuff. We got to go with this. So everybody was on the same page with that, you know?
I think we had a conversation about this previously, but we were talking about Tell Me How You Feel.
Right. I love that song.
That should have been a single.
That was a bad song, man.
That should be a single?
Man, that song's so bad, that song could be a single now.
Yeah, it's
you know,
very good.
That was a mean song. That was a mean song. See, now you mentioned that, now you got me reconsidering some of my favorites. That was a mean joint.
Yeah. So, what was the favourite rap you did for another artist? Featured rap you've done on somebody else's work?
Guy, Dog Me Out.
Oh yeah. Incredible rap.
Yeah. I love that.
After you finished that, did you think, Aqil, you killed this? You just
nailed it. You know what? I woke up and did that rap. I was sleeping in Soundtrack Studio, and we had been there all night working on a Guy album, and you know, this song is up, that song is up, and we put that together. I sequenced the track, and I came up with this line that, you know, Teddy was playing on the mic, and he was recording everything that he was saying, and he was acting like he was a Mexican or something. And he kept on making this funny voice, and he was imitating a guy that was over in the parking garage where we would park at. So he would go, I'm coming over there to see you, okay? Hey, wait, pump it up, turn the bass, pump the bass. You know, he's doing all of that stuff, but it was it was a string of, it was just a conversation. And what I did was I took pieces of everything that he said, and I made an entire sentence out of it. So when you hear the remix to Dog Me Out, it sounds like he's saying all of that all at once, but those are just pieces of words that I took and sequenced, and I took the Boogie Down Productions had used that I'm Still Number One, and I just took the back end of it, instead of the boom 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 boom, I just took the boom boom, took that, looped it, and input all of those little different things Teddy was saying, and I made the phone sound that bum 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 bum, and that was it. And that was the basic framework of it. And then after all of that was done, Teddy got a hold of it. He put the Get Lifted, Casey and the Sunshine Band bass line, that famous bass line he would always use. Boom 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 boom. He put that on it and sped it up a little bit, and you know, put his touch on it, and that was it. So when most of that was done, I had fell asleep. He woke me up, was like, yo, you ready for the rap? So fresh off of the sofa, I got up, went in the booth, and just knocked it out. So it was just one of those things where, you know, the thought is not even in it. You just let it happen, so to speak, you know?
We had a chat before, and you mentioned something about a small rapper from Brooklyn who was unknown. He was on his bicycle. Do you want to tell people about that story when somebody rode up to you on their bike? What was that about?
Oh, you talking about Puff? When he was getting started, we were like well on our way, so to speak. And you know, we all knew each other, you know. So whenever I would see him, he would come out. I remember 2 times in particular. Once we were down at the Sheraton in Manhattan. And the Sheraton Manhattan, I think it's called. And he rode up and was like, yo man, you know, saying, you know, give me a call. I'm in the BM at the time. And He's on his mountain bike and he rides up and he said, yo, what's happening with the Whoop? You know, give me a call. And I'm like, yeah, no problem. You know, I'ma holler at you. So I take the number.
Okay.
I never call.
All right, good.
I see him again sometime later, and we're in front of the Supper Club. He rides up, man, you said you was gonna call me. You ain't never called me with the Whoop. Yo, man, I've been meaning to call you, and I really was. It's just that it wasn't a priority. You know what I mean? And I think at the time, you know, our camp was so tight. I didn't know exactly why Diddy was asking me to call or Puff was asking me to call. I didn't know. You know, I just didn't know. I mean, his mom took me shopping. Before he exploded, his mom took me shopping for my house. You know what I mean? I was looking for a house first in New York, and Miss Combs took me house hunting. You know what I mean? This is before, you know, Puff was Puff. I mean, he was on his way. He was doing his parties, you know, he was known. But before he actually exploded, so, you know, we've known each other, and you know, I've always had respect for one another. But I think at the time when this was before Big and Mason, all of that stuff, so he was probably fishing.
What was it? New Jack Swing 2, the unreleased mix, the smooth version, the one that wasn't on the album. Why did that? Why would you not put that on a record? Why would you not put that out on a B-side of something or whatever?
New Jack Swing 2?
The smooth version.
The smooth one?
Because on the Hard or Smooth album, you had...
yeah, we did. We had two.
The hard version.
Right. And I like the smooth one better myself.
Yeah.
The smooth one was hot. I don't know. You know, we make these decisions at those times, and you know, who knows? Who knows? It was probably our choice to go with the hard one because it was always a struggle. There was always that hardest. That's what we named our album that.
Yeah.
Because I was always rugged, and I wanted everything to be more coarse, and you know, and Markel just, you know, he was happy-go-lucky. He really didn't care either way. He was a more smoother personality than me. I dressed a lot smoother. He dressed harder.
Yeah.
But I was harder, and he was smoother in personality types.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I probably had something to do with that. I was a mess.